So today we'll be talking about a typical day in the life of a data analyst. If you're planning to become data analyst, what should you expect in your first job? How are you going to spend your entire day? What all activities you'll be doing? And how is it going to be a data analyst in reality? So let us get started. So imagine that it's 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. You're sitting in an office having a cup of tea and just starting off your day as a data analyst. So the first thing that you'll be doing as a data analyst in the morning is that you will be checking your emails. Within the emails, you will check whether you have received a new issue, a new requirement, if there is any email from the client, if there is any meeting scheduled. Okay, that's the first thing generally people do. Okay, now apart from the email, you may also be working on an ITSM tool or the Jira tool or any other tool that is used by your organization for assigning the new issues or the requirements. Now, for those who do not know what is ITSM tool, it is basically a ticketing tool. So, if there is any issue that is faced by the users will raise a ticket, and the ticket will be assigned to you through the ITSM tool, and it will be your responsibility to work on that ticket and resolve it. Okay. Similarly, you guys can also use the Jira tool or any other tool for that matter. The next thing that happens in the morning is that there is a stand-up call or a quick meeting. Within this particular meeting, you're supposed to share a status of your work. What is it that you're working on? What is the progress? If there is any blocker, if you need any help, if you want to collaborate with some other stakeholder, or if you need some kind of a data from someone else, so all the help that you need in order to keep moving forward, this is the meeting. So if you have any challenge, you basically tell that this is the challenge I'm facing, please help me with that, or somebody will guide you. Okay, this is the purpose of this meeting. And now after this particular meeting, you will actually start working on your job. Now a lot depends upon whether your project has gone live or not. If it has gone live, then there will be a post-production support wherein if there are any issues that are in the production, that you will have to check. So there would be P1, P2 issues, which are like the high priority issues. Then there are regular issues, right? You will be working on those bug fixes. If there is any new requirement given, that also you will be working. If you are in the pre-deployment or pre-production phase, then also you will be given certain requirements that you will be working on. For instance, let's just say that you are still not live with your project, and let's just say that you are working for a banking project and bank has given you certain dashboards to develop. Now suppose you're working on that particular dashboard, so what will you do? You will be working on certain reports or dashboard that you need to complete within the given timeline. How will you work on these reports or dashboards? You will be using the tools like Power BI, Tableau, ClickView, ClickSense. You may also have to work with Excel. Okay, so these are the tools that you will be working with for getting the job done that is assigned to you. So after all of this, you may want to go for a lunch and have a proper lunch and then come back. After the lunch in the afternoon, you may also want to connect with some other stakeholders for a very simple reason that they say that you're working on a certain report or a dashboard and you've got certain queries. You need certain data for the report that you are preparing, or you need certain confirmation from business how exactly you want this report to look like. Whatever it is, depending upon the development that you're doing, you will have queries and you want answer to these queries, which will be, and for which you want to connect with certain stakeholders. It could be business user, it could be other members from the IT team, it could be anyone, but you will have meetings with them and get your job done basically, because tomorrow again you want to get into that meeting and share your status, and there should be a progress in the job that you're working on, right? If you are in the go live phase, then you may also want to have certain demos with the client. In these demos, you will be showing the work that you have done, the dashboards that you have developed. You will seek feedback from the client. If the client is okay with the dashboards that are developed, if there are any certain changes are required, by the end of the day, you also need to document the work that you're doing. Okay, so that if anybody after you has joined the organization, that person should understand what is it that you have built, right? And there should be some documentation which will be referred by these guys, so that in order to understand the project that you're working on. And by the end of the day, you need to make sure that the task that is assigned to you is making a progress and should be completed within the timeline, because ultimately that is your job. Whatever is assigned to you, it should be completed within the timeline. Now one thing I want to tell you is that whether you're working in a startup or in an MNC, that will make a lot of difference as to how will you spend your entire day as a data analyst. If you're working in an MNC, the things will be more organized, and you will be given a specific task and you are supposed to work on that only. But if you're working in a startup, maybe you will have to do a lot of things which are not part of your role. This is how startups work. So if you're working in a startup, or if you are working in the data cleaning process as well, then you may also want to use certain data cleaning tools as well, like Excel, Python, R, SQL, Alteryx, Power Query, PySpark. Again, these are the tools that you'll be using for data cleaning depending upon your role. For the dashboard development, you will have to work with Power BI or ClickSense or Tableau. So mostly you will be spending time with these tools only, and at the end of the day you will ensure that you have completed the job that is assigned to you within the given timeline. And so the next day you share the progress on whatever the task that you're working on. If required, in certain cases, you share the status of the work that you're doing by the end of the day. So this is how you typically spend your entire day as a data analyst on a high level. I hope this has given you some idea. Thank you so much for watching. If you need any further clarity, or if you need more such topics, you please let me know in the comments. I'll surely make videos on this.